Hey, well, look at these knuckleheads. Look what they're doing. Signing their life away.
Yeah.
Hey, look up here. This young fella's 78 years old. You know, there's other clubs out there, and there's other training places, and they turn you down if you're over 50. This guy's coming up on 80. They just said no to him, passed on him. This guy's living life, man. He's not sitting behind a, you know, sitting on an easy chair watching the news and Jeopardy every day. He's sitting here living life, man. That's the way I want to be. But he's a veteran. We're proud of him. We're thankful for everybody that's served. And you guys know that I have a special heart for people that have served. We're so thankful for you, and we do appreciate your service for our country. And he's got stories to tell, and we're just getting to know him. But I just thought we'd start splicing little tidbits of film together so you can watch these guys fly. And this is Chad Gaunt and Ricky Grooms, and he's been here. He's a veteran too. And man, I tell you what, Ricky, this is your second time. Third time here. He's coming in.
He's had some weather issues in Ohio.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I'm good to go. Get all cat. Just safety, safety. Make sure Captain Kirk gets me square.
We're going to get him squared away, all right. We have to crack him. We're going to get him in line. He's going to fly.
We don't have to crack him.
No, we don't have to crack him.
He's a good guy.
Everybody's good. Chad, what brings you here? How did you even find out about this? And he was a skydiver. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a private pilot, instrument, multi-engine instrument. I've about 1,600 skydives, and I was an instructor. And I love being under canopy. And I actually had some friends that were. I live out in an area where they fly these things all the time, and I just went and tracked a guy down and asked questions about it, and then found you, and here I am. I think I bought it the same day I talked to you. I think we talked one time, and then I placed the order and scheduled.
And you know, the same thing was for me. I saw a guy selling one almost 30 years ago online, and I said, "What the heck is this?" I was just looking for a new rig because I was a skydiver too, and I was looking for a new rig, and I saw this thing with a fan and a guy flying, and it was a foot launch setup at that time, and I said, whatever that is, I've got to have it. He was selling it, and I said, "Where'd you get that from?" He says, "I brought it over from Europe." And he says, "I figured out how to get that wing above my head and get it in the air," which there were no instructors at that time. But he sent me a picture. He says, "My wife wants me to sell it." And I said, "I have to have this. I want it today, just like you did." I said, "I already know this is going to be it." And for you, didn't you like the canopy ride? Just about?
I love it.
Yeah, and that was my favorite part too. And
love being under canopy.
Yeah, just hop out, pop it open, and do a canopy ride sometimes when we were in skydiving. And I'm really excited about this guy because I love it when we get the older guys in. Now, he's still a spring chicken to our other guy. We got one that's 92 and flying.
I think he just turned 93, actually.
93, yeah, 93.
He just had a birthday.
78, going on 90.
78, going on 40. What are you talking about?
This is how I do it.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Keep moving. Keep
78 is the new 45.
I'm still working.
I hope so.
Well, we're going to make him sign the waiver anyway.
That's right. Yeah.
Just kidding, but that's right. Anyways, we're going to keep you posted, and as soon as we're done with this, we're going to go out and we're going to start putting their equipment together. Well, maybe we'll film a little bit of that, and then we're going to watch every one of these knuckleheads make their attempts to get in the air. I'll be talking to them, and I just believe in getting them up there, man. I don't want to sit here at a table for 3 days telling them what it's going to feel like and how it feels to leave the ground, and we want them to just get up in there. And of course, with the skydiving experience, it's a lot easier for my skydivers. We're flying something that essentially steers the same way, flares the same way, only much slower and just really relaxing. So he'll pick it up really quick, but it's a learning curve, and you know, it feels strange at first. So we're just gonna wade him into each little thing. We let him tool after we get it built, we let him ride it around with no wing on, just so they can get used to that throttle and what it feels like, so they're not intimidated by that. Intimidation plays a big factor in this when you're learning. In the beginning, if we have a failed launch where the wing falls off, that's no big deal. You'll learn how to control that wing and taxi it. And of course, we've got some other videos if you want to watch it. And my videos are never meant to instruct you. That's the dumbest thing you could do. You'd be an idiot to use my videos, and some guys have actually done it. Maybe you saw the video Johnny Numbnuts. He tried to use my videos and ended up crashing, and amazingly, from the crash that he experienced, I don't know how he walked away from it. But he came in, he said, "You know what? He said it in every one of his videos, and I ignored it. Don't use my videos to train yourself. There's just things that I can see that you're doing that I can stop you that eventually later on are going to hurt you. And a video can't do that for you. So make sure you come in. If you get your equipment here, you get unlimited free training for life. If you didn't buy from us, we charge a little bit. You can even rent equipment, but whatever you need, it's unlimited training. So if you came in and paid for training, it's unlimited forever. These guys can take training. Their wives can take training. Their kids can take training. Immediate family, because we don't want them to go home. So we look forward to having you be a part of this and get these guys in the air, and we'll stay tuned and see you around, see you in the air a little bit. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. We are going. Hey, well, we got them built. We got them all together here. Ricky Groom's had his together. And these were the two brand new, the Gen 4s. They're excited. And let's pan around to these guys. It's just like Christmas
This is our
Day.
dream team here today.
But we just threw a little gas in this thing, and we're going to start it up. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on our fuel right here, and it's already on. We only got a little bit of fuel in there. We got a little bubble in there. That might cause us a little issue, but it's flowing. Then the next thing we're going to do is we always want to check our throttle. And what I like to do is I like to just put my throttle over here in this carabiner, and I always want to check it first. You always want to make sure you're not trying to start it with it on. And to safeguard against, because I tell you what, when you start this and you don't have, I hate the front wheel against the car or a trailer or whatever when you're starting things up. When you're doing your initial warm-up, it's a lot easier to hold this son of a gun back. This is 313 cc's. Nobody else out there has that kind of power. So when you're out there in the field doing a warm-up right before your flight, it's not your initial warm-up. We like to do it when we pulled it out of the car, we got it built and put together. We like to put the front. It just makes it a lot easier to hold that son of a gun back, because she really pushes. And I just put this here. You don't need any throttle to start it. It's got a good float ball. There's no primer bulbs to go bad. There's no fuel pumps. That's the other guys. This is a German Fresh Breeze. They're light years ahead. They got a float ball. And so you're just gonna check that throttle first. Our fuel is on. We're gonna put the choke on now. The Simoninis usually start on the first pull, and the Monster, because it's 313 cc's, usually takes 3 pulls to get them started. And so we're going to see where we stand with this one. You rotate it until it gets to a compression stroke. There it is. And here's pull number 1. Whoa, we almost had it right there on the first one. So we're going to shut the choke off once we get it to fart like that. Usually we don't need anything. 2. Okay, there's 3. Let it run a little bit. It's much easier to hold it back with the front wheel. We're going to take it up nice and slow. Come on in with the camera for a second. We're going to take it in kind of slow because we don't want to. We want the piston and the cylinder to expand at the same rate. We don't want to do excessive wear. So you guys that are warming them up cold, even though it's a nice warm day out, take some time to let it idle a little bit and do that, so you're not doing excessive wear to it. It's called thermal shocking it. So we want everything to expand at the same rate, and then we can take it up to full throttle. So we take it up in increments, and especially on a new motor. You don't want to just take it right to full throttle and hit her hard. It's a nice motor, and we want to make it last. So here we go. We'll take it up a little bit, and then we'll take it up to full throttle. going to do the rest of them here, and then we'll be at the field. That smokes a little bit. That means you got a defective one, and it's probably going to explode in midair. No, it doesn't. It's just burning off the silicone on that wrap. The German government makes them put that wrap on there over the expansion chamber because of how close it is to the gas tank, but it doesn't, even without that, like mine came off after time. Mine's 8 years old. Still haven't rebuilt it, but my stuff came off, and you can rewrap them. I just left mine. It doesn't ever melt my tank or anything, but the German government makes you have it. They smoke a little bit in the beginning. But you see how much easier that is to hold that back,
Yeah, for sure.
and not have to do that. So, okay, we'll get the next one, and we'll see you guys around. Thanks for joining me.
Okay, Chad, how's it going here?
So far, so good.
They're building away.
Super impressed with the quality of this.
Yep. It's the best on the market, that's for sure.
Really,
Fresh
it
breeze.
goes together really
Is it
well.
like Christmas?
It's really fun. Opening up your stuff and getting all
really
your new
nice-
toys. I've been so excited about this all week, though.
It's a
For
nice
month.
Christmas, huh?
Pretty
It's a
great.
good Christmas. Here is Rick.
Yeah, Ricky Grooms has already come in a few times and just brushing up on his training and getting things done. And
Getting it put together again.
didn't have good weather the one time, so he's back again.
Yeah, sunny Florida's gonna be sunny for sure.
That's right. That's right. Good stuff. Good stuff. And over here's Ralph. Ralph is building
Ralph
away,
Dennis is
and
right down here. He's
like he's
on part 2
recycling.
of his build.
Busy, busy.
Ralph, you having a good time so far?
So far.
All right.
so far so
Well,
good.
Boy,
Ralph's got his Gen 4. We're going to get that together. I got to get his seat out, and we're about to put this together. And then after this, we're going to sit down, do the ground schooling, get started on that. It's nothing complicated, but it's just stuff that I need to get it out of here and get it into them guys. And so far, we're going to have a good time. Looks like we might have a little bit of wind this evening, so I don't know if we're going to get out this evening, but we'll save all this video and mash it together with their first attempt flights, and you'll be able to see all that. We'll have all these guys there.
Yeah. If
That's
there's a
pretty-
chance of us going out, we sure will. But
Absolutely.
we'll just watch it, and
It sure
We
is
might
sunny
get in
and
a flight
beautiful down
tonight.
here, but we don't take chances when it's too windy, and especially with new students, we like it even less, even you know, just we like it so calm. We're out at sunrise before the sun even gets up, and we watch some of those beautiful sunrises, and the air's not moving around, and when you add that wind to the situation, it accelerates everything. So they can fly in wind when they get some experience behind them, but we don't want them to have the heebie-jeebies too bad and being bounced around up there while they're up there. And you know, Ralph, when I was your age. All right. So here we are. We're at the stimulator. Some people call it a simulator. We call it a stimulator. It's a little more exciting here at FlightJunkies, and we're not going to tell you why. But anyways, get in it. We're trying to find out where his hang point is. Every guy is different, and it really matters because some guys have their front end out further. We want to make sure that that front wheel comes off the ground. And see now, from the side, if you go from the side, honey, bring that camera around here. See from the side, that's a little bit more angle than I want. He's got a little bit, if you get right down here. Yeah, see, he's got a little too much. Some guys, yeah, some of them don't even have hang points like this. The other machines don't even have. They give you one hang point, and whatever they give you, that's what you're stuck with. Multiple hang points, you don't need any tools to change it. You can just simply move your carabiner to a different hole on the bar. It's fantastic. If you want to adjust this, or maybe a big person gets in that's got really super long legs, when he gets in here and he puts his leg forward, then it's going to be more weight on that side and he won't be flying right. We want that front wheel to come off the ground before the back one, so that when you're taking off, the back wheels don't live first, and then of course the front end would go into a wobble and you could roll it over. So we don't want that. We don't want to spin around. So we want the wheel to come up first, and on landing we want the back wheels to touch first. So we always stick them in the simulator to find out. Each guy has a different body structure. Even if they're the same weight, we always stick them in the simulator because some guys might have bigger legs. Some guys have, my legs are so skinny even Colonel Sanders won't look at me. So my hole's going to be different than what he does. So we'll just change that. So that one's a little bit up. So what we're going to do is we'll pause it. We'll come back. We're going to move the carabiner back a little bit further, and I'm going to move them back too, and that should give us a nice front, but not too much. Okay, so Jill, if you go down with that, you see how that front end is up just a little bit, that angle? That's perfect. It's not too high, so his wheel won't come off the ground too fast. And that's just about almost a full tire higher than the back one. So the bottom of this tire would be about where the top of that tire is at, and that's about perfect. So that becomes his hole. So he's in the 4th hole from the back. That's his hole, and unless he now if he were to extend this nose out, maybe, and it is adjustable. It's the only trike that has an adjustable telescopic nose and self-steering. But if he would adjust it out, say, I want that out, that's fine. But you'd have to go back in the simulator because that puts more of his leg weight in the front, and of course that front wheel could be the last thing coming off the ground. So he would have to go back in the simulator for a second. But that only takes a couple seconds. We do that with all the guys that come in here so they can really have it set up, tuned for them. By the way, you'd never wear a hat when you're in this thing on a thing because they go right through the propeller. So we call it the $1,000 hat. All right, and we're going to do the other guys, and then probably the next time you see us, we'll be at the field, or we've got ground schooling to do and some videos to watch, and then we're ready to get to the field. Tomorrow we're going to demonstrate some flights, start teaching setup out in the field, and then of course we're going to get them flying right away. So well, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we got the boys out loading up. Look at that, 6 a.m. Woo! Sun's not even up yet, and it is 45 degrees in Florida right now. We're having a little cold spell tonight. It's supposed to be up to 72 today, but boy, these mornings are cold. But we're going to get out there, and we got 0 wind, so it looks like these guys, we had a good day yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't get to make it to the field last night. By the time we got done building the equipment and showing them how to do maintenance on it and putting it all together and putting the fly pods together, and we got a lot done. And we did the simulator, we ran the motors a little bit, did the ground schooling, watched some safety videos, and then we had winds of about 17 miles an hour, and man, that just kind of blew that. But everyone went back, got a good night's sleep, and we're going to be going to the field, and it's 45 out there right now. So that's going to be a little nippy, but the guys are excited, so that's keeping them warm. And we'll see you out at the field in just a little bit. There he is. Don't do that yet. Put your cage on first. Don't ever do that like that. Get everything built first. Yep. Okay. Ricky Grooms. And he's got his beach pod out here. We've got the moon in the sky over here. Beautiful. Got a beautiful sunrise over here. It's actually, the camera makes it look more lit up than it is. It's actually darker out here.
What did he do?
Look at this young fella, 78 years young, getting ready to rock and roll. Ralphie Tennyson.
What did he do that you shouldn't do?
You always want to build the cage first. Get the cage first. He was trying to put his motor on. I mean, you could do it that way, but it's kind of making it hard on yourself to get it done.
So that I know, in case if
So you won't do that.
So what I want you to do is set your wing up. Take your wing right here. Hey Ralph, take your wing, set it up there, and your bag. And we're going to bring this around. If you want, go on the other side of Rick's car there and just put your wheel against his front tire or rim.
Yeah.
Put your choke on, put your fuel on.
Show me the choke. You know what? I didn't see you hit the choke.
Okay. Just slide this through here because this is going to go through here. Okay. And then once we get these warmed up, we're going to tool you guys around a little bit. This is the first day, so we're going to kind of get used to the throttle, tool around for a little bit. I'm going to demonstrate some flights, start teaching you some setup, how to lay out your wing and how to do all that. And our wind direction is coming from here, and normally I would go over there because we got the but we got that whole line of planes over there. So I'm going to go down the out in the field on this way and come. We're going to be taking off towards the sunrise here. So I'll demonstrate flights, but and you're pretty close to where I fly, and so I'll probably use yours or maybe his for a demonstration flight. We'll bring one out there at first, but I want to get you guys tooling around a little bit and demonstrate some flights so you can learn that setup. Yeah. So the choke is right here. We need to get some fuel in this first. We got a little bit in there from yesterday, but let's go ahead and mix this up. Yeah. Let's put this on hold for a second. Go go down to right here, about 250 milliliters, and then he's going to dump some of his oil in. Then you guys can split that gas. How's it coming along over here?
Almost done.
Okay, you got your bottom bracket that needs to go on there.
Yeah, I do, but I'm getting the
Okay.
The clip
And
on
you
it.
got this tucked back in here. So
Right, just getting it out of the way while I was putting it together. Is that a problem?
No. Just don't put any hard bends in your throttle cable here.
Yep.
So always make sure you're not hard bending. And that's going to come through here when you're flying.
Come through.
Through right in this section, so you're reaching up. So it doesn't make a hard 90-degree bend right there. Everything looks good. All these nuts on your wheels are your jam nuts are tight. Everything's good on here.
I believe they are.
We'll do another quick pre-flight, even though we only ran it for a couple seconds yesterday.
Yes, sir.
He's dumping a little oil in. Where's your bag and your oil in? Right? Is this your bag right here?
Yes, sir.
So we'll take a little bit of oil from his, a little bit of oil from ours, and just down to that first notch, Ralph. You guys excited?
Super excited.
We couldn't ask for a better morning other than it's cold out here. Woo.
If it's cold down here, it's going to be even colder up there.
Yeah.
Just so
Wait
you
till they
know.
get up there, I told them.
But it's great.
These are tough guys, though. These aren't your.
I know.
You know, I loved skydiving on days that were a little bit cooler.
Did you really?
I really did. I enjoy it a lot.
Well, it's
Close this
nippy up
for
there.
a second and roll it around a little bit.
Chad, I just took your travel cap off, and I'm putting the
Okay.
vented one on now.
Great, thank you.
If you
Chad,
forget
you
that,
want
you'll
me
be
to
flying
grab
for a
your
little bit.
oil?
All of a sudden, you'll just shut up, and you'll.
Pardon me?
You want me to grab
Yeah, that'd be
your oil
great.
and throw
Thank
it
you.
in?
That'd be perfect. Thank you.
What you got?
You can
90,
keep
92
going.
in there, or what do you got?
No, it's 94.
94. Where'd you find that?
At that racetrack?
No
What is
kidding.
that?
Was it non-ethanol?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't say non-ethanol.
Okay,
it just
but
said-
94, awesome.
That's what it said.
Is non-preferred?
That's great.
If you can find it, but yeah, but
I think I might have. I think Murphy's has non.
Yeah, I
and
don't-
I think
you know,
it's
I don't-
high octane.
I don't fall into the scare of the ethanol as much as they say, because I believe it's stronger in the lower test, 87 octane
Because it
stuff.
burns so much cooler, so I mean, it'd be hard to get it.
Yeah, and
Have you ever been to Buc-ee's? Have you
yeah,
seen
as you're flying, there's a habit that students have where they start hovering this over it, in case they're ready for me to say, kill it. But the guys that do that, they'll just inadvertently, on takeoff, they get a little nervous, they'll squeeze right as they're leaving the ground and shut that motor off.
I imagine it's kind of like me in the truck. I'm wanting to lean on the gear shift because you just.
Yeah, just look at all you're gonna
there.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're attempting your first flight, you're going to keep that thumb out of the way, like here. You'll get there fast enough. I'll say kill it. Just get it there. But don't hover over. The guys that hover, they shut it off every time. We had the guys, they had 3, 4, 5 failed launches. And then he finally had this perfect wing, and I said, go. And he went, oh. And I said, right as he squeezed, he just squeezed the whole thing. So, all right, so now you can just set that. We check that throttle, start it, and then very carefully get it. And again, just tool around, start getting used to that throttle, getting used to the acceleration. Okay. And always yell, clear.
Clear. You need me to wear a seatbelt for this?
Yes. Remember, if by some chance you did something stupid and rolled it over, which is very hard to do, don't stick your hand out to stop the roll.
Roger.
You got all that protection around you for a reason. But if you put your arm out, you can roll over your arm. Did we tell you how handsome you look?
Thank you.
It's hard to believe there's something like. See how that's a lot easier sticking it against the front wheel. See, when we're out in the field though, when we get out there and we're gonna flight, then it's at least it's not cold anymore from a morning like this, and it starts easier. But we still do one more run up right before we go, just to clear out anything in the carb and just to make sure it's nice and toasty. Sometimes when we're setting up, it has time to cool down, so we'll do one more run up. But we won't have to do a full throttle thing to warm it up. Just get it about half started, clear it all out. Because man, trying to hold that monster back, that's a lot of power, and it's so much easier just hold. And you can do it, but you got to lean into it and really hold that baby back, because she wants to throw you off the ground. But okay, so now you know. So grab behind it, put your hands at 10 and 2, steer it out, and then it's your turn to start rolling around. You can do it as long as you want. And as soon as he's done, then
wet.
Huh? Hey, you other guys in your 70s, you think you gotta stay on that couch and watch TV all day? This guy's 78 years old. Yeah, he's run circles around 40-year-olds. So get off that couch, get yourself a flying machine, and come out into Flight Junkies. Let us train you. Woo! Got that? All right, now don't go too fast, but just putt around and get used to it. Stay close to the edge here, all right? Have fun. Don't put those feet down. Look at him go. That's awesome.
Nice guy.
Remember when George Bush made a skydive at like 80 years old? Remember that?
Yeah.
That's the way to live, man. As you get closer, we're not getting any younger, man. This isn't a dress rehearsal. We got one life, man. Enjoy it. Get what you want to get. And you've had the dream of flight. There's no better way, no safer way. But here's a guy 78 years old. And man, he is so excited and pumped up to go. I'm so happy for him. Yep. I'm going to throttle up, and then when I see the wing coming up, I'm going to brake. If it looks good, I'll take the launch. If I can't get it under control, I'll taxi it out a little bit. Try to get it under control. If it looks good, I'll roll the rest of the throttle line. Here we go. Got some big grass. I'm 200 pounds. I'm going to go a little bit more than half. I'm looking for the wing. I'm not looking at the field. There's nothing in front of me. Those planes are way down there. My hands are going to drop. It's shoulder level when I see it.
Guys, just do that. That works every time. Just do that. You know why? He had a perfect setup. Went right into it.
That's what I want to do.
That's it.
Wait. Start to pull them on nice and slow.
About
nice
5
and
feet.
slow. Eyes up. One hand off to the side.
Butter.
Woo!
Down.
Hey, that was pretty good, babe.
How nice is that?
Jill's been working with me.
She trained you well, man.
Gosh, it's taken years.
And then there's our lay down. Did you see how last 5 feet? Pull it on, and then while I'm still rolling, I stiffen my front wheel, raise the one hand, and it does that specifically. I don't do the lay downs that the other guys teach. This works better, and watch how fast I can reset that wing. Now, where'd he go? Come on over here, because I want you to see how to reset it. Did you see how I did that lay down? Okay, it's just like the other video I have, and if you guys are watching this now, there's how to launch, how to land, and how to taxi in my Flight Junkies
Compilation.
YouTube things. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll see all the rest of them. But with my particular lay down here, I'm able to get out and do a quick reset. Maybe I left my keys in my car and then I forgot it and I want to turn around. I don't want to have to go through the whole hassle of having lines to get untangled out of that the wing didn't lay down right. This is a reset. So if we have a failed launch too, we just lay it down. We're going to come to this side of the wing, and our wing is face down now. We want to get it up and flipped. So you come to the other side here. You grab the lines opposite of the side that the wing is laying on. You grab up about 2 or 3 feet above the melons here. Watch this. Grab a whole set of lines like this with your hands, and I'll just lock my hands in there. Now I'm going to raise my hands up, and I want you to imagine that carabiner is the hinge on a door, and I am the door. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut the door. Boom, the door is shut. I'm going to lower this down. I'm going to put this in here. Lower both hands down. I get this loop, and I'm going to pull all of these through my hand and start to walk a little bit left. Now watch the tip of the wing over there. You ready? Watch what happens here. I'm just going to pull this through my hand and pull it right over to the edge of the other lines. I'm going to lay this down, and that gives me all that walking space in here now, and I can walk over here, grab this tip, give it a flip, And before I step out of here, I'm going to grab these lines, throw them in my line guide like that. I'm going to step to the side, and I want to stay close to the wing now, and I drag it till it's about halfway. How do I know it's halfway? Because there's an emblem in the middle of the machine. There it is, on the wing. So it's lined up. Now, if I was going to launch again, I'll check my wind direction. Oh, I'm right into the wind. So anyway, well, listen. I know. Well, I'm trying to explain to these guys, when you're a newbie, you really want to be particularly attention about that wing. 3 things need to be aligned for it to have a nice wing. Later on, you can get away with what I'm doing right now. I was sideways to the wind when we set up, but I'm giving it input because I've been flying for a few weeks. So anyways, I'm going to set it up again. In fact, right now, you know what? I will set it up. It's coming this way. I'm going to just turn this. I'll just set it up right into the wind right now. The wind has changed direction here. I get a little bit of powder, a little bit of dry grass. Now it's coming from this way a little bit. But it's almost unnoticeable wind, but when you're new, when that wind comes up, it immediately wants to go, when you got, you know, forward speed on it, it immediately wants to go where that wind's coming from. It acts like there is wind. And the wind will always trace where that wind's coming from, and it may not be the same direction you're pointed. So I'm going to pick that as my runway, and I'm going to take this now, since I had to do a 90-degree turn, and I'm going to kind of bring this in so it's behind the wing a little bit better.
He's got it.
Hands up, there you go. Stay on it, don't worry.
Hands up.
Hey, he's flying.
Right turn.
Did you see his left arm was down? He was holding that side of the wing down. We'll see that in the video. You'll be able to see it. He did. And he had his left arm down, which is holding out left side down.
Stay on the throttle. There you go. Now you got control. Easy now.
That's probably a little.
Arm staying on the brakes. There you go. Left hand, stay on the throttle, stay steady. A little bit more throttle, a little bit of left brake. I want you to fly towards the front gate.
Towards the cars.
Breathe it out through your mouth. Just relax. Just relax. Let it fly. There you go. Beautiful. Stay on steady throttle. A little more. Let's go a little bit higher and start to make a left turn. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Bring it all the way around to the left. There you go. Just wait for it to grab. Nice and slow. Stay on the throttle. We're not coming down. We want to keep flying. Listen to the tone of the motor. There you go. Now go straight. When you come out of a turn, come out of it slowly and keep resistance on the brake. That'll keep you from rocking. As you come out of a turn, you come out of that turn real slow as you come out of it, and that way you won't rock. Just keep going straight. Keep climbing and be steady with that throttle. You're up and down on that throttle. I want to hear you holding it steady. Listen to the tone of the motor and hold it steady. You're all over the place with that throttle. Stay on it. Beautiful. Just the weight of your arms on the brake. Okay, we're going to start to pull the brake just a little bit. We're going to go in a circle. We're going to do a 365-degree circle. We'll start to pull a right turn. We're going to do a right-hand circle all the way around. Just wait for it to catch. There you go. Just hold it right there and just keep it right there now. We're going to go all the way around in a circle. Keep it right there. Let it do what it does. Just let it do what it does. Let it go where it's going. Just keep that brake on that right side and go all the way around. There you go. There you go. Keep going all the way around. We're going to go around it a second time. We'll go around a second time. So just keep it right there. All right. Slowly let up that brake. Slowly let up. Look at no rocking. Not what you think. That's how you control it.
Look at Chad coming in.
Good job.
Woo!
Follow through all the way with the flare once the wheels go up and then raise that. Nice job.
Woo! Flight Flight Junkie 1566?
1566 is your Flight Junkie number.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo, Chad.
That was fun.
Were you scared?
A little nervous.
On takeoff, you threw your hands all the way
I heard
down.
you say that. Yeah.
The left
Way
arm
down.
was down. That's why you didn't have a good wing.
And you rocked a little bit, so you were starting to get into a little bit of, should I fix this? No.
Right.
But now, once you see how you come out of a turn and you keep resistance, then the rocking stops.
You know what was kind of off-putting to me is the attitude of the chair. And I felt like I was climbing the whole time. Then you kept saying, get on the throttle, get on the throttle. And I felt like if I was climbing.
Yeah,
So,
well, you were climbing.
Yeah.
But we have this thing, we had you in the simulator, so we know we're at the correct height.
Yeah, no, I understand.
The rest is just angle of attack.
It's just like first experience.
Yeah,
It was
well,
awesome.
he did good.
That was
And
fun.
He's got it, man.
All
That
right.
was a nice.
Congratulations.
We had a couple little resets and stuff. The wind's, it's not all his fault. The wind's kind of moving around. It's dead wind almost, but when there is a little bit, it's been changing directions here because that sun, once it comes up.
It was awesome.
Isn't that
really,
something?
really super
Did
fun.
you dig it?
I can't wait to do it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It
It's
gets
so
better
different
every
from
time.
skydiving. We try to tell them that.
Very, very different.
It is. And it's
The canopy is way different than a skydiving.
Yeah,
canopy.
and did you see when you backed off the throttle, that nice big long glide line?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And look, you had all that. You backed down the throttle all the way over there, and you still made it all the way out this far out into the field from that runway. So that's Flight Junkie 1566. Welcome to the family. All right, let's get this in your hand. Go ahead, and you can start it up right now. All right, Lord, watch over him. Keep him safe up there. Put a hedge of protection around him. Help him to think clear and have a good time. Amen. All right, I'm going to start you up here. I'm going to test the radios in a second. Radio check. Copy loud and clear. All right, let's look up for the glider. And I want you to show me what you're going to do when I tell you to brake. Yep, right down to there. Stop the wind from overshooting us. All right, let's get our hands up. Let's go about quarter throttle. Just about quarter throttle. A little bit more.
There it is. There it is. Yeah! Route!
Beautiful. 78 years old. You guys at home? You don't know what you're missing.
There's a plane coming.
This guy's awesome, man. We love him. We just love this guy.
Amazing.
He's awesome.
Not only that, but he threw that.
Fantastic.
He threw his whole rig in the back of his truck by himself.
Bringing tears to my eyes. Honestly, bringing tears to my
That's
eyes.
fantastic.
He's awesome. You're bringing tears to my eyes now. It's really great.
You didn't cry when I flew.
Soaked up watching this. Let's go a little bit higher. Go straight. And let's go a little bit higher. Beautiful. Attaboy. You're unstoppable, young feller. Looking good, looking good. Let's just get you nice and comfortable up there. You deserve it, brother. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a left-hand turn. Stay on that throttle. Don't let off that throttle. I want you nice and high. It's always safer to be higher because it gives you plenty of options. If you ever have a motor out, it gives you time to set up for a launch, or for a landing rather. Attaboy, looking good. Keep going straight. All right, now pick a heading and go straight. I'm going to give you a little bit of radio silence. I want you to hold on that heading right there. And when I give you this radio silence, I want you to say hello to your wife, brother. I want you to talk to your wife for just a second. Ralph lost his wife in May. Did you say hello to her? I hope you did. Turn right. Turn right.
She'd probably be proud and think he's the knucklehead.
Yeah, he's a knucklehead. Or she'd yell at him and slap him in the head, but he'd do it anyways.
Probably. Look at him.
Man, I'm sure proud of him.
Look at him. He's just going back and forth, just having fun.
Looking good over there, Ralph. Come on back. Go straight. In fact, fly towards the front gate. I want you to maneuver that aircraft all the way over to the front gate. There you go.
You want me to stop it until he starts to land?
Yeah, that's good. Oh man, the camera shut off, so we didn't get his landing, but we got it back on. Here, bring it around here so we can see his mug. Look at that grin. It's a good thing he's got ears to stop that smile.
Maybe we'll have to make another one.
What did you think of that?
That was wonderful. That was outstanding.
What would you tell guys that are 78 and your age? Right to this. This is their opportunity to hear what you have to feel about this.
Come on up, man. This is freedom here.
Isn't that something?
Great.
That's good. We're sure glad to have this guy, man.
Being a bird.
Yeah, we're glad he's a flight junkie. Your flight junkie 1567. 1567. Great job. You did fantastic. Nice takeoff, too, bro. Yeah, got it. Thanks for joining us, guys. You can do this.
Good job, Ralph.